AVC Sports and 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON present high school basketball. Now let's go courtside for tonight's game.
Good evening and welcome to boys high school basketball presented by AVC Sports. Tonight we've got the John Glenn Little Muskies as they have traveled down the Muskingum River to take on the Philo Electrics here at the power plant at Philo. I'm Dave Hilliard, and along with Mike Snively, we've got all the action tonight on NASH ICON 98.5 and 107.9. We've also got a free live video stream on the YRP TV YouTube channel. Mike, it's MVL Big School Division basketball tonight, and the Electrics are coming in a little bit injured.
A little banged up, a lot banged up. We heard that Talon Preston has been out for several games for this Philo Electric team. One of the team leaders, according to Coach Trout, and obviously we knew what a good football player he was and a leader on that field, but he had been doing the same on the basketball court. And one of the leading scorers. They're also going to be without the services of Camden Stoner, looks like tonight. He is dressed, but he's kind of hobbling. He's 6'5", so, you know,
and
as Coach Trout said,
yes.
I mean, he knows he's facing a solid team tonight.
The worst thing that you would want to do is play a really good team not at full strength, and John Glenn comes in here 11-1, fresh off of an 83-48 victory last night over the Meadowbrook Colts. 7-1 now in the MVL. I got to change my own little chart here. Philo comes into the game 3-7, 2-5 in the MVL Big School Division. Our sponsors for tonight's broadcast, and we certainly appreciate all of them: Valentine Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Allen Hunter State Farm, Wakefield Dental, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, WB Green Insurance, Doan Ford People's Bank, and Surgent Construction. We also have a couple of things that Mike and I will have to select at the end of the ball game. We've got a Great Clips, Great Play of the Game, sponsored by Great Clips of Zanesville. And we've got a Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game for both teams. And Mike Snively, we had us a pregame meal tonight at Lock 9 Pizza in Duncan Falls. Man, what a great sandwich that we had tonight.
Fantastic. All three of us got basically the same thing, the Wagyu Wangus burger. And,
yes.
You know, then you get the fries on the side, the homemade fries. But the one thing, I added that vinegar tonight, and that hit the spot
pretty
perfectly.
Good for you?
Yeah, so I am very satisfied.
Well, we certainly appreciate Lock 9 Pizza being a sponsor of our Player of the Game. Each player of the game will get a certificate for a free pizza at Lock 9, and we certainly appreciate those folks. Nice people there, great service, just a great atmosphere, and we love the food. So we are big fans of Lock 9 Pizza, and we hope the kids that win these certificates get the opportunity to get in there and get their free pizza, because it's some good eats, isn't it, Mike?
It's fantastic, and I will definitely be back pretty soon. I guarantee that.
Well, MVL basketball tonight, and John Glenn, Philo, both in the Big School Division. Philo has a pretty young team, and Jason Trout is their coach. It's his third season here at Philo. He is a Muskingum basketball alum, and I have to point that out because head coach Eric Scheck for John Glenn, he is also a Muskingum basketball alum, and they went to different high schools, but they did get to play together for a year, is what Jason Trout told us tonight, at Muskingum. And we certainly appreciate those guys because they support the Muskingum basketball program as well. So we certainly like having a couple of Muskingum alums on the coaching sidelines tonight. John Glenn, as I mentioned, 11-1 overall, and we're looking for Steele Bates to have probably another pretty big game. He's averaging 19 a game. C.J. Dolan averaging 12 points a game for John Glenn. Will Nikolazakis at 6 points a game. Braden Davis, 12.6 points per game. Braden Davis was actually our Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game last night for John Glenn. And then Cooper Briggs comes in averaging 7.5 points per game. Philo's going to be missing Talon Preston, and that's a key for them. He was averaging 11 points a game. Rusty Trout, a sophomore, the coach's son, is averaging 10.6 per game. They're also going to be missing Camden Stoner, who's a 10-point per game scorer. And then the other scorer they're going to rely on tonight is Cooper Radcliffe. He's averaging almost 8 points a game. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll go through the starting lineups. We'll talk a little bit more about each team, maybe some tournament talk as well here, since we're getting to that time of the year. When we come back, you are watching and listening to boys high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at the Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Doan Ford is proud to introduce the ultimate adventure companion, the Bronco 4-door advanced 4x4 Badlands. With a powerful 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine and 7-speed manual transmission, conquer any terrain with confidence. Featuring a soft-top 4-inch lift and massive 35-inch tires. Adventure knows no bounds. Stay connected and in control with an 8-inch digital screen while enjoying added convenience with power-heated mirrors and auto high-beam headlamps. Plus equipped with a Smitty-built winch. Be prepared for any challenge. Don't miss out on this incredible deal. DoanFord.com.
Looking for trusted dental care for the whole family? Dr. Darcy Wakefield and the team at Wakefield Dental have you covered. From pediatric to general and orthodontic care, they offer a full range of services. At Wakefield Dental, they focus on individualized treatment plans that not only create beautiful smiles, but build lasting confidence. Schedule your consultation today. Call 740-435-3100 or go to drwakefieldDDS.com.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON, WILE Cambridge.
Pre-game action here from the power plant in Philo. I'm Dave Hilliard. Got Mike Snively along with me tonight. Mike, looking forward to, you just asked me, do you think John Glenn is going to press? And I know you were being facetious.
Correct.
We know they're going to press. That's the John Glenn MO. They get after you and they create turnovers, and they score off of those turnovers. They're very opportunistic, and that's the reason why they have won 11 basketball games. They're just really good at their style of play.
They're really good at their style of play, and we talked about this in the pregame too, how well they adjust after a miss and get in 5 guys into positions to press after a miss. You don't see that very often.
And I very seldom see high school teams that can press on a missed shot, and they do it very well. And I talked to Coach Sheck after the game last night as he came up for the interview, and he told me they worked the first 25, 30 minutes of their practice on a daily basis is working on their press. So obviously, if you're spending that much time working on it, you're going to get pretty good at it, and they are very good at it.
It's turned into their offense for them, Dave.
And, you know, it's as we've talked as well, that's what Maysville did to get to the state finals last year. They pressured people, they shot threes, made threes, and, you know, that was a formula for success for them. And John Glenn basically beat Maysville at their own game.
Yes, they
at
did.
Maysville earlier in the season.
They out-Maysvilled them with the organized chaos.
Yes, they did. And that's, you know, credit to Coach Sheck, because when he first came to John Glenn, that was not his style.
No, he switched it all around, and he knew he had what, you know, he went with the talent pool that he had, and he said, we got to get this thing up-tempo, and we got to get people moving, and we got to pressure the ball, and that's exactly what they did.
And they've been doing that very well. He's had a score of guards, and it's been, you know, he's using them to his benefit. So good coaching job from Eric Shack. He's done a great job here at John Glenn, and he's got the #1 ranked team in the East District in Division 4 right now. So that's big for the tournament. So Coming up, we're getting ready for the national anthem here at the Power Pit. So we're going to take one more quick break. When we come back, Mike Snively will have tonight's starting lineups. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client. You're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Protect what matters most with Valentine Insurance right here in Cambridge. Whether it's your home, car, or business, our team is dedicated to finding the perfect coverage to fit your needs. We understand the importance of peace of mind, and we're here to make sure you're prepared for life's unexpected moments. With local expertise and personalized service, you can trust Valentine Insurance to keep you covered. Stop by or give us a call today at 260-6699. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
In today's marketplace, you have many choices for insurance. WB Green Insurance, a representative of Westfield Insurance, is committed to providing you with excellent coverage for your home and auto at a fair and competitive price. Westfield has been in the neighborhood for over 150 years, providing peace of mind and quality insurance products through independent insurance professionals. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield's pledge to their customers. Call WB Green Insurance today.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON, WILE Cambridge.
Pre-game warm-ups just ending and the starting lineups being announced here at the power plant in Philo, and I'll turn it to Mike Snively for tonight's starting lineups.
First, for visiting John Glenn, they will start number 1, a 6'1 junior, Cooper Briggs. Number 2, a 6' junior, C.J. Dolan. Number 4, a 5'9 senior, Andrew Glob. Number 24, a 6'3 junior, Braden Davis. And number 33, a 6' junior, Steele Bates. For the home standing Electrics, they will go with number 10, a 5'11 senior, Cooper Ratcliffe. Number 24, a 6'2 senior, Malachi Mail. Number 34, a 5'11 sophomore, Rusty Trout. Number 35, a 6'3 senior, Mason Runkle. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Electrics, number 44, a 6'2 sophomore, Carter Crabtree.
Mike, as you predicted, they've turned the lights out here at Philo, and they've got the spotlight to announce their starting lineup. I like that. That's a nice touch that they do. If you've got a gym that's got the lights that you can do that, if you don't have the old school lights like we used to have that take an hour to come back on.
They heat back up.
You can do that, and we're still in the light up here in the balcony at the power plant. We are in good shape. We can see everything. Certainly appreciate the hospitality of everyone here at Philo taking care of us. We've got plenty of space to broadcast from, and that's one of our main priorities. When we go somewhere, we like to have space, and you've got plenty of it here tonight. In the MVL, the big school division, John Glenn leading the way right now at 7-1, Tri-Valley at 6-1, Sheridan at 4-3, Morgan, Riverview 2-5, along with Philo, all at the bottom of that big school division. Now, in the MVL, you play everybody in your own division twice, so this is like deja vu all over again. I did the first game between these two teams at John Glenn, which was a 65-32 victory, and that's when Philo was at full strength.
December 13th, Friday the 13th, and you're correct, they were full strength.
Davis had 13 and Bates had 21. Radcliffe was the leading scorer for the Philo Electrics. We are ready to get underway. Philo in the home whites, and then John Glenn in their road solid color uniform. And the tip is won by Braden Davis, tipped it to Briggs, and we're underway in the first quarter of action here at the power plant. CJ Dolan with the basketball, working off a high screen from Davis. Gets it to Steele Bates. Bates, the stir that stirs the drink for John Glenn, and going to be a reach-in foul from behind as Bates tried to get to the basket.
You mentioned Braden Davis setting a screen at the top of the key. How many? He did it 3 times on that possession. How many times do you think we're going to see that tonight?
Maybe 100 times. They inbound it to Davis, and he dumps it off to Glob, who misses the layup. And here comes Philo on the run, but there is the first turnover, and there's one of those stats we're going to need to keep an eye on, Mike Snively. An errant pass, and John Glenn creates that first turnover of the game. Bates, there's the high screen from Braden Davis. Bates all the way, bank shot up and good. His first bucket of the game for Steele Bates. It's 2-0.
John Glenn forced Meadowbrook in the 18 first half turnovers last night.
Yes, they did, and it was quick. It was close in the first quarter, and then it quickly got out of hand with the turnovers. Philo does break the press, but then almost throw it away. It's tipped by C.J. Dolan, and they get it ahead. Radcliffe dribbles baseline, shot up, no good. Rebound to Briggs. Briggs being harassed, and he does manage to hang on to the rebound and get it to Glob. Here comes Steele Bates for the Muskies. And here comes that high screen, and Bates pulls up and now kicks it to Glob. They get it to Davis underneath. Back out to Dolan. Dolan thought about the 3 but turned it down. Got behind the screen of Davis. Now to Briggs, who's going to work off of that high pick and roll again. Davis usually does not stray very far away from the basket other than to screen, and then he gets right back down to that dunker spot where he has scored a bunch of points this season. Glob almost turned it over, getting it to Briggs. Briggs dribbles in, knocked away, but he maintains possession, gets it to Dolan. Dolan three-pointer, no good. Rebound off to Mason Runkle of the Electrics. 2-0 here, 6 minutes to play in the first quarter of action.
Well, I tell you what, the Muskies took a lot of time off the clock on that possession.
And there's C.J. Dolan harassing the dribbler. He's right up on Rusty Trout. And that's what John Glenn does. They pressure you and make you turn the thing over.
Nobody's improved more defensively that I've seen all year than C.J. Dolan.
Philo gets it into the front court. Pass almost thrown away, but Runkle gets his hands on it. Power move, lays it up and in. He's on the board, and his team is on the board. It's 2-2. Bates closely guarded in the backcourt by Radcliffe. Behind the back, there's that screen from Davis. Bates gets in, knocked away from him, but he gets his own ball back, and there's going to be a tie-up. Jump ball that will go to Philo. 2-2 here in the early going. John Glenn setting up in the full court press as they do for almost the entirety of every game.
This is the first time that they get to see the Philo gets the full effects. They've breaking it pretty well.
Did a really nice job against it right there. Baseline drive dumped off to Radcliffe inside, and he's fouled by, I believe it was Briggs.
Yes.
And it was Cooper Briggs, his first, and the team's first. Nice bounce pass there. They got it right into Radcliffe. He was fouled on the shot. Nice dump off there by Malachi Mail.
Radcliffe 53% on the year.
He gets the first one, nothing but net, and that's his first point of the night. Dribbles it, eyes the rim, spins the ball, shot is up, and the second one rattles home, it's good. 4-2, Philo with a 2-point lead, 5:21 to play in the first quarter. Little press of their own, almost forced a turnover, but they're gonna get a three from Briggs. On the wing, didn't get it to go, but there's Davis with the rebound, and he throws it away. Carter Crabtree with the steal, and he's gonna turn it back over. I believe Dolan got his hands on it. That's gonna be a jump ball, which is gonna go to John Glenn this time.
Second jump ball already. We're not even 3 minutes into this thing.
Coach Trout very happy with his team's effort there, getting on the floor, getting after the basketball, but it was a turnover as John Glenn has possession. Dolan will inbound it. Bates is going to come off of this double screen. I don't see very many people ever try to deny them the basketball in the inbounds anyway. But that's just what they do from the sideline. There's a screen from Glob, another one from Davis. Bates pulls up behind it and nails the three. His first three of the game. He's got all 5 John Glenn points, and they take the lead back. It's 5-4. And I believe Radcliffe, he bit off a little bit more than he could chew as he threw it away.
And that was that's the third turnover by Philo, and we're going to keep really close attention to those stats right there and see how many times John Glenn's able to convert.
And you try to press a pressing team, and that's kind of tough. I think he got away with a foul there as Braden Davis went to the rack pretty hard. He got bumped, missed the shot, but Glob's there for the offensive putback, and that's his first bucket of the game. It's 7-4 John Glenn. Dolan trying to get ahead of the ball, but he can't do it, and that's a nice play by Trout. Gets all the way, but misses the bank shot. Braden Davis rebounds it and kicks it out to Dolan. Dolan now to Briggs. Bates at the top of the key. Loses the ball after he went between his legs, and he's tackled at half court by Rusty Trout, but no call. Briggs lined up for a three, now penetrates, gets the lane, and that's going to be a foul.
You can feel the intensity in here just a little bit, you know, from the players themselves and the students and the fans here from Philo. They are playing hard right now.
Both teams really getting after it here early in the basketball game. That foul was on Rusty Trout. His first, the team's second of this first quarter, and I'm finally getting adjusted to the whole you shoot free throws after 5 fouls in each quarter. It's taken me a while, but
it does take a while. That's Briggs's. He's 3 for, well, that makes him 4 for 7 on the year. He was a 50% free throw.
He was 3 for 3 last night, and that's probably not in those stats.
Oh, that you're probably right. I forgot about that.
And he's now hit 5 in a row because those 3 came in the fourth quarter last night.
I just assumed they went home and did stats overnight.
Well, I don't think Coach Sheck really had that as a priority. So
he had school.
Philo going to throw the ball away. There's Zeminski just into the game. And that was Ben Stom with the steal. Shot from Briggs from three-point land, no good. They've got a run out here. Radcliffe, the little Euro step, he lays it up and in, and he's fouled. And that's going to be a second foul on Cooper Briggs. Nope, they didn't call it on Briggs. They called it on Dolan.
Dolan came down with the arm, with the hand.
Radcliffe got the hoop, and he's at the line to try to complete the three-point play.
Radcliffe with 4 of the 6 points for the Electrics.
And he completes the three-point play. It's now 9-7, John Glenn. 3.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Philo trying to give John Glenn a little bit of their own medicine, picking up full court. Dolan, one-handed pass all the way down to Davis. Davis turned into the defense, but kicks it out to Briggs, who misses a three-point shot. Trout with a rebound, he's on the run, and he double dribbled. I saw it, and the official saw it.
Back to the previous play, that's a really good look by Dolan to be able to get that ball to Davis. If Davis catches it cleanly, it's a layup.
Well, if he just catches it and lays it in with his right hand, but he turned back into the defense. Bates in the backcourt, going to be trapped. And he throws it ahead to Briggs, who gets it to Dolan. Dolan skips it over to Ben Stom. He penetrates, kicks it out to Bates. Bates with another three ball, and that's good. And those are the best three-point shots when you penetrate and kick it out to somebody that's already facing the bucket. Those are the ones you want.
Those are the two easiest threes all year for Steele Bates. I'm assuming because he's never that wide open.
He's never that wide open. He gets a lot of attention, and John Glenn almost forces another turnover. They're up 12-7 here, under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Philo trying to inbound it, going to try to throw it deep. Robinson back on defense against Philo. Power move inside there by Runkle, but he couldn't get it to go. Rebound fought for, and that's going to be a foul. And Mike Snively, I do not have a 14 on my roster.
I do
for
not
Philo.
either. I do not either.
So it is the mystery
It's got to be
player.
Kenton Casey.
All right, we're going to go with that.
I heard, that's not the name I heard on the loudspeaker.
But they called it on Sprankle. They gave the foul to Sprankle. But 14.
It could be. Then it could be Kenton Casey.
Crossover dribble there by Bates. He gets all the way to the rim and lays it in. Steele Bates, he's already in double figures. He's got 10. Length of the court pass. Layup is going to be good by the unnamed player from Philo at this point. 14-9, John Glenn. Cole Robinson jumps it off to Braden Davis. And I believe he hit the bottom, he hit the back or the bottom of the backboard.
And I don't think it was the backboard. I think it was the black support that comes down is what the ball hit. That would be out of bounds. Now, it could be a freshman Landon Mell, or that could be Kenton Casey.
We're going to go with Kenton Casey. Sorry if that's not Kenton Casey, but we're trying to make do with what we've got up here tonight. Steele Bates harassing the dribbler, trying to get a turnover. Trout's got it now, and he's going to get it across half court, almost and over and back. Bodies on the ground, and that is going to be a foul. This time, that's on Ben Stom.
That's his first. Stom getting more and more valuable minutes as the season progresses.
1:46 to go here in this first quarter. It's 14-9. John Glenn with the lead. Nice out of bounds play, the screener play, and Kenton Casey going to lay it up and in. And that's not who the PA guy said. So we're going to work on that. We're going to figure out who that is for the second half. Bates stops in the lane, gets it out to Briggs. Now to Cole Robinson out on top. Briggs on the left side. Jab step, gets it to Stom. Stom going to dribble back out. Lucas Blair into the game right now for John Glenn as well. We've got 1:12 to go.
Really good pressure here by this Philo defense.
Philo doing a nice job pressuring the ball. They just stopped Briggs on a nice dribble to the bucket. Their student section applauding their effort. Briggs gets it out to Blair. Now to Stom on the left wing. Bates coming off of a screen. Robinson now, he's got a gap. He dribbles all the way. He lays it in, and he's fouled.
Great move by Robinson.
Nice move by Cole Robinson. You are right, Mike Snively.
Went hard to the hole. Didn't have a great angle, but still banked it in. He's going to try to get the and one here.
Mason Runkle's first foul, the 5th on the team of the quarter. 16 to 11, 43.9 seconds to go. Robinson with the opportunity on the three-point play.
Robinson under 50% from the line this year.
And he just proved Mike Snively wrong as he drills the free throw.
Both teams 3 for 3.
And there's that pressure from John Glenn. They throw it ahead, man wide open, going to lay it up and in. Nice play there, Carter Crabtree. Gets the pass, lays it in, 17-13, John Glenn.
Philo's hit their last 3 shots.
John Glenn, 23 seconds now. Dolan gets it to Robinson in the corner. Three-pointer, no good. Runkle with the rebound. He gets it to Sprankle. Sprankle throws it ahead. Nice job seeing the open man, Crabtree. Crabtree pulls up from three. He gets it. Carter Crabtree draws it to 17-16. 5 seconds left. Dolan going to shoot the three ball. Short. That's going to end the first quarter. Philo, 16. John Glenn, 17. First quarter of action in the books. We'll be back with the second quarter. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code AIRPORT25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code AIRPORT25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code AIRPORT25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON, WILE Cambridge.
Second quarter action ready to get underway here at the power plant. A very fast-paced first quarter as John Glenn has a 1-point lead, 17-16 after one. Philo doing a pretty decent job in the later part of that first quarter, Mike, versus the press.
Doing a much better job and actually doing really well defensively, but right there they just had a turnover.
And as soon as it gets out of my mouth, there's Will Nikolazakis creating a turnover for John Glenn. John Glenn inbounds the basketball. Philo had that first possession, but they did turn it over. Dolan has it now on the right wing. Briggs with a back cut. Here comes Braden Davis. Gets it to Nikolazakis. Nikolazakis looking for some space to try to get to the rim. He penetrates, dumps it off to Davis. Davis, power move inside, lays it up and in. Nice job by Braden Davis, his first bucket of the game. Makes it 19-16 John Glenn.
Big boy offensive move there by Braden Davis.
That was a really nice move to the basket, and Malachi Mail right in the middle of the press where you want to be, but he turned and threw it to the John Glenn student section, and that's not the right team.
7th turnover for Philo.
7 turnovers here early for the Electrics. Gonna press Nikolazakis. Now they trap Dolan. He gets it ahead to Bates. Bates skips it to Briggs. Briggs dumped it down to Braden Davis. Braden Davis, there he's 2 for 2 this quarter. He's got 4 now. John Glenn up 5, 21-16. Nice job as Philo breaks the press again. Crabtree from 3. Had one earlier but missed that one. Nice save. Get it to Radcliffe. Radcliffe banks it home. He's got 7 points now for Philo. Bates to Nikolazakis against the Philo press. They throw it deep to Braden Davis, and he just says, give me another one, but he missed that one. Philo's going to have to make an adjustment because they are leaving Mr. Davis down there all alone.
And I noticed 5 coaches on Philo's bench was all basically pointing to Braden Davis. Hey, guys, get back here.
Yes, somebody needs to come back and take him.
Davis about had 3 bunnies there all in a row.
And he forced him to dribble it away from the bucket that time a little bit, and he missed the shot. Trap in the backcourt. Philo breaks it. They make a nice pass inside, lay it up and in. That's 6 points now for Kenton Casey. Bates right into the trap, but he gets it to Dolan, and here comes to Davis again. Skips it in the corner to Briggs. Briggs, three-pointer, rattles it in. Cooper Briggs. Boy, when he's got his feet set, there's a pretty good chance it's going to go in, and Briggs finds the bottom of the net. It's 24-20. Again, Philo, a nice job against the pressure. And there's another layup. They get another, but here comes Nikolazakis the other way. He's fouled as he tried to lay it in.
I'm getting tired watching this. I mean, it's just up and down, up and down. It seems like everybody in the gym's screaming.
They're going to call that foul on Crabtree. A couple of subs at the table coming in for Philo. Trout ready to come in, and Runkle coming in as well for Philo.
Nikolazakis around 55% from the line.
2 free throws here for Will. It's 24-22, 5:53 to go in the second quarter. First free throw up and good for Will Nikolazakis. 25-22 now. Just under 6 minutes to play in this first half of action. Nikolazakis dribbling the basketball, eyes the rim, releases it, and gets the second one as well. 2 for 2 from the line. Nobody has missed a free throw in this game yet. And there's a nice tip from Nikolazakis, but Radcliffe managed to keep control of it. Bates with the rebound off the missed shot, and he's fouled. And I think that's going to go on Runkle. That could be his second. Nope, it was not Runkle. It was on Radcliffe instead. It's his second. Second Philo foul in the quarter. Nikolazakis with the inbound. Trout went for the steal, didn't get it. Back to Nikolazakis, little give and go. They get it to Davis, but he can't handle it. They get it out to Dolan now. Rusty Trout guarding him closely. Dolan beats him on the dribble, gets down the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebound bounces to Briggs. Nikolazakis, he's going to try the lane. He lays it up, no good. Braden Davis with a big rebound, but he lost it on the way down. Here comes Trout for Philo. He gets to the lane, he lays it up, and good. Rusty Trout with his first bucket. Coach Trout would like to have a timeout to talk about things here. And if it's a full timeout, we will take a break as well. It's going to end up being a 30, nope, it's going to full timeout. We'll take a break too. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON, WILE Cambridge.
Second quarter action here in this Muskingum Valley League boys basketball game. Big school division, John Glenn at Philo. John Glenn with a 26-24 lead here with 5:11 to play until halftime. Philo doing a great job with their defensive intensity, their overall intensity. They're hanging right in with John Glenn so far, Mike.
And Philo's shooting the ball really, really well. They've only got 13 shot attempts, but they've made 8 of the 13. John Glenn right now struggling, 21 points or 21 shot attempts, and they're just not putting the ball in the hole.
Nikolazakis now gets it to Dolan, who throws it ahead to Briggs. Briggs going to try another three. No good this time. Davis trying to fight for the rebound, but it's off to Griffin Harper for Philo. Here comes Harper. He tries to go behind the back, and he loses it. Nikolazakis has got it. Back to Dolan. Dolan, defender flies by. Dolan says, give me 3 of those.
Let's see who this foul's on.
And the 3 is definitely going to count, because that was way before the foul.
It might be on. They're going to count the basket.
Yeah, because
I
it was
believe
way
the foul's
before.
on John Glenn.
I think it was on Nikolazakis.
It was with a push.
He was trying to get some rebounding position there. But the three-pointer from Dolan is his first bucket of the game. And it's now 29-24 John Glenn. They set up the press. They line up man-to-man, and they'll trap you a little bit, or they just try to pressure you a little bit man-to-man.
It's like almost like a three-quarter court diamond.
And Philo does a nice job. They throw it ahead, and then they almost turn it over. Ball's loose on the floor. There's a Runkle. And I'm just going to say there's a scramble. And Rusty Trout ends up on the sideline.
Wow.
It was really hard to describe what was happening there, so I just said, let it go, and we'll see how the ball ends up.
Some form of scrum.
There was a scrum, a scramble, a a fracas.
I don't think anybody had two hands on the ball.
I don't know what you call all that, but it ends up being a turnover, and there is a foul as they tried to hold Steele Bates there. I think that's going to be on Griffin Harper.
Yeah, they got Harper with the hold.
And it is.
Harper, just a freshman, 5'10" freshman. So he gets to guard one of the hottest players in the league right now, Steele Bates. So that's a big step up for the freshman.
Bates has got 10 points on the night, all those in the first quarter, yet to score here in the second quarter. They get it to Bates on the inbounds, crossover dribble. Little or no room to squeeze between there, and he tried to do it, and that's going to be a foul on Runkle.
Philo, 3 fouls here in the second quarter.
And it seems like they've all occurred in like the last minute.
Yeah.
And there's an inbounds. They don't pay much attention to Braden Davis. You better, because he's going to score from that spot. And he's got 6 points all in this quarter. There's a throw ahead, but Briggs to knock it out of bounds. Almost another steal for John Glenn.
I think 14 is number 4, Logan Lyon. If I heard the PA announcer correct.
Well, we're going to check here and see what happens. He just added a 1 to his uniform, I guess. So we'll find out here at halftime for sure who that is. I want to give him some credit for his play. He's been playing pretty well. Trout stops and pops from 15, and he gets his second bucket. And it's 31-26, John Glenn. Bates throws it ahead to Nikolazakis. They've got an advantage. Glob has it on the baseline, skips it over to Nikolazakis. Back to Dolan now. Dolan with a screen from Nikolazakis. Flip it over to Bates now. Bates comes off a screen from Hayden Genzer. Bates just being patient, trying to get some space. Almost dribbles it out of bounds, but skips it to Nikolazakis along the baseline. He gets it back to Bates. Bates has plenty of time. He eyes it and nails it. That's his first bucket of the second quarter. And he's got 13 for John Glenn. It's 34-26 Muskies.
I'm pretty sure Bates is 3 for 3 from downtown.
And he's getting a really good look, and there's a nice play. Philo getting it to the rim, but missing the layup. And up the sideline is John Glenn. Nikolazakis through the wickets. And he gets it ahead to Genzer.
They're going to get Rusty Trout on the foul. That's his second.
And they've already...
And that's 2 shots.
That's 2 shots. And Philo playing a little bit banged up, as we said. They're missing a couple of key pieces, but they're playing with a lot of heart, a lot of intensity. But if they keep fouling, they're going to run out of personnel to match up with John Glenn.
Genzer only his 7th free throw attempt, 7 and 8 free throw attempts on the year. First miss by either team, right, Dave?
Yes, it is. First free throw miss tonight. Comes with 3:02 left until halftime. Genzer, second one rolls in and out. A rebound off to the Electrics. Sprankle on the run. He gets it ahead. Crabtree, shot fake. Nice move, and he can't get the layup to go. Boy, a really nice fake. He had the defender flying by, and he couldn't convert. Dolan now going to pull up from deep, and that's off the mark, and it hits the back of the rim, or the backboard, excuse me, and it's going to be Philo basketball. That's off Cole Robinson.
26 attempts already by John Glenn.
34-26, John Glenn leads this one. 2:42 to play until halftime. Sprankle with the basketball. John Glenn inviting him to get across half court because they want to trap him right there. They do get a trap along the sideline, but Sprankle beats it, gets it to Radcliffe. He's going to try a 3, and it's no good. Long rebound, though, off to the Electrics. Radcliffe does a nice job of finding a teammate along the baseline. It was Griffin Harper, and Harper shot off the mark, and it's off of Philo. John Glenn keeps it. Cooper Briggs checks back in for John Glenn, replaces Glob. 2:18 to go until half. Dolan gets it to Briggs. Briggs now back to Dolan. Here comes the trap. They get it to Briggs. Briggs to the middle of the floor to Genzer. Genzer back to Dolan. Dolan Thought about the three, gets it over to Briggs. He's going to try the three from deep, and it's no good. And that's going to be a foul on Genzer, I believe, on the rebound.
Yeah, I saw Genzer pushing him in the lower back while the shot was in the air. Pretty good call, good call by the officials.
Good call, very good call. And here comes Braden Davis back. He's going to replace Genzer. 34-26, 2 minutes to go until halftime. Bates tries for the steal in the backcourt, so does Dolan. They get it to Crabtree in the corner. Radcliffe dumps it off down low. Nice pump fake. Layup is good. I think that is Logan Lyon. And he's got 10 points. Dolan backs up, gets it to Cole Robinson. He tries to get it to Braden Davis underneath the bucket, but it's knocked out of bounds by Cooper Radcliffe.
Anytime John Glenn's spacing is good against the press, they're getting good looks. It's what happens when one guy's standing on top of another.
34-28, a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Bates penetrates, free throw line, knocked away from him. Gets it to Braden Davis. Davis back to Dolan now. There's the roll, and it's going to be a layup, and it's going to be a block. And I knew that was coming because he's standing underneath the rim.
And he's still moving a little bit.
And you're not giving him the opportunity to come down.
It's almost like it's not, that was not a dirty play.
No.
He didn't mean to do it, but it's almost an undercut. But for Davis to make that shot, I mean, that's a spectacular and one.
He's got 8 points all here in the second quarter with a chance to get to 9. His team leads by 8 points with a minute 19 to go. It's 36-28. And that free throw is good, and that makes it 37-28 with 1:19 to play until halftime.
Davis, a good free throw shooter, 75%. John Glenn starting to try to pull away with this thing, trying to wear down this undermanned Philo team tonight. But Philo still giving it everything they have, playing hard, playing fast.
Trout inbounds the ball into the corner. They get it ahead to Sprankle. And that's going to be a foul on Glob right at half court. But that's only the third foul of the quarter against John Glenn, and Glob's first. So that's just going to be ball out of bounds to the Electrics. 1:14 now to play until halftime. Glob thought about trying to get the steal. 3 ball on the way, partially blocked. Nice job there by Braden Davis getting out and getting a piece of it. Radcliffe, they tried to get it to him as he cut down the lane, but it's knocked away. Another turnover. Nick Lazakis, boy, that had turnover written all over it, but somehow John Glenn got their hands on it. Davis gets it to Robinson, and Robinson going to use the backboard and get it to go. 39-28, John Glenn. 44 seconds now in the first half. Trout attacking on the dribble, thought about the three, gets it to Crabtree. He's going to try another three instead, no good. Robinson, he's line beat him to the basketball. Trout going to do the pull-up jumper. Trout almost got a piece of it, did get a piece of it, but couldn't knock it away. And a timeout. I thought a foul was called, but instead it's a timeout for John Glenn. I thought they were calling a foul on the play, but it's John Glenn basketball. 30-second timeout here.
Well, probably Philo's fortunate because that's going to send Steele Bates, who's an excellent free throw shooter, for 2 points right there and get that thing up to 13, a possible 13-point lead. 27 seconds remain here in the first half. John Glenn 39, Philo 28. Philo, their biggest issue right now has been the number of turnovers they have, but they are still playing very aggressively. They're being aggressive against the John Glenn pressure. They're trying to get it into the lane. 10 turnovers for Philo, and if you're Coach Scheck right now, I think the reason he's probably calling that timeout, he'd like to get the last shot here, and he's going to get the ball to start the third quarter.
So he would like to get the last points of the half, if possible. But boy, I have seen high school teams try to hold it, and it's
not pretty.
It's
sometimes.
Not an easy thing to
do.
Dolan inbounded it to Briggs.
Nobody in the middle of the press right now.
Back to Dolan. Now to Briggs. They got to get it across half court, and they do to Nick Lazakis, who turns it over. Sprankle knocked it away. Males got it for Philo. and he's going to run over Cooper Briggs, and they're going to call a block. I guess since it was on the other end, you're going to call it this way too.
Yeah, the only thing I can think there was he may have been, and there's no arc, there's no offensive foul charge arc there, but they may have said Cooper Briggs was maybe just too close underneath the basket.
That's one rule change that I would really like to see in the high school game. I would love to see the charge arc that they have in the college game. And some people won't agree with me, but I think there needs to be a shot clock as well. And Coach Trout would like to have 30 seconds to talk about what's going to happen in this last 9.5 seconds. I do know this much. Mail is going to shoot another free throw. His team trails by 11. It's 39-28. 9.5 seconds left, which is plenty of time to get down the floor and get a good shot if you're John Glenn.
Mayo, I just looked up his stats here, 63%, I believe, on the...
From the free throw line, so
yeah.
We would say then he's due on the second.
Actually, you know what? That was not Mayo who's 6. I don't have Mayo on the stats.
So he probably hasn't shot a free throw then if he doesn't appear on the...
In fact, he's not even on the stats anywhere, Dave. That's interesting. I just wonder if he's just now getting some playing time tonight, but he started tonight, and I wouldn't think that would be correct.
Well, Coach Trout had to shake things up. He's got a couple injured players, so obviously trying to put the best group that he can that'll play together against the way John Glenn is going to play them. And so far, so good. So nice coaching job here tonight by Coach Trout. Mail's second free throw, no good. Davis gets the rebound, gets it to Dolan. They get it over to Bates. Bates, spin move. Into the lane, dumps it to Davis. Davis lays it up and in. Nice play there from Steele Bates and Braden Davis.
So they still got the last shot, the last points, and they will get the ball to start the second half.
As you pointed out, they did everything they wanted to do right there. They're going to end this first half, John Glenn, with a 41-28 lead over Philo. We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll talk about what transpired here in the first half, and also some things we think probably need to happen for Philo to stay within reach of John Glenn in the second half. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at the Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Doan Ford is proud to introduce the ultimate adventure companion, the Bronco 4-door advanced 4x4 Badlands. With a powerful 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine and 7-speed manual transmission, conquer any terrain with confidence. Featuring a soft-top 4-inch lift and massive 35-inch tires. Adventure knows no bounds. Stay connected and in control with an 8-inch digital screen while enjoying added convenience with power-heated mirrors and auto high-beam headlamps. Plus equipped with a Smitty-built winch. Be prepared for any challenge. Don't miss out on this incredible deal. DoanFord.com.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
For the first time in about 10 years, high school postseason basketball will return to the Ohio State Fairgrounds in Columbus. The Ohio High School Athletic Association announced just before Thanksgiving that boys and girls district and regional tournaments will be played at the Taft Coliseum inside of the Ohio Expo Center. Tim Streed's the Director of Media Relations for the OHSAA. He'll join me next to discuss the news. This is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
In Ohio, public education matters. And every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to advocate for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child thrives. No exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of our 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
This is ONN.
I'm Eric Reeser. Tim Street is my guest. He's the Media Relations Director for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The OHSAA just announced that boys and girls district and regional basketball tournaments will be played this upcoming February and March at the Taft Coliseum at the Ohio Expo Center and State Fairgrounds in Columbus. Tim says they're very excited to be back in the building that has housed postseason play at some point or another since 1923.
It was a long time coming, and it took a lot of work. We've been working on this for more than a year, and we never wanted to leave the Fairgrounds Coliseum. Back 10 years ago, there were some issues with their older court that wasn't playable anymore, and then about the same time, the Arnold Fitness Expo moved part of its setup into the Taft Coliseum. So we kind of got bumped out as to no decision on our own. So we were definitely looking to get back into the Coliseum. We've been working on it for a while. It was really more the decision of the fairgrounds. They knew we wanted to be back there, and want to give credit to Adam Heffron. He's the executive director for the fairgrounds. He also wanted basketball to be back at the Coliseum, and we've been working on it for a while now, and we're finally able to make the announcement. So it's really been a long time coming, and we're really excited to be back.
For those who don't know, the Taft Coliseum is a 5,000-seat arena that has hosted OHSAA basketball since about 1923. In 1958, the state tournament moved from the Coliseum to St. John Arena on the campus of The Ohio State University in Columbus. The Coliseum then hosted district and regional tournament contests from 1959 through 2014. The OHSAA says that venue has also hosted hockey in the past. I asked him if there are any current plans for other OHSAA sporting events to be held at the State Fairgrounds and Expo Center.
There's nothing on the list right now that we're looking to get back there, but I will say that, and folks, if they're there for the basketball tournament, they will see this. There are several new buildings that are being constructed right now on the campus of the fairgrounds, and one of those is a multi-purpose sports venue, and that's going to be pretty exciting when that opens. So you never know what could happen down the road, and especially with them building some new structures there. One of them is a sports-specific venue, so really excited about that. Having an arena that size host basketball is something we have not had in Central Ohio since we left the fairgrounds. So the biggest thing is to have district and regional basketball back in an arena. The Fairgrounds Coliseum seats 5,000 people. We're desperate for that kind of size, and really excited to have it back.
The OHSAA will begin girls basketball district tournaments on February 17th. Postseason basketball action will continue at the Taft Coliseum through mid-March. The state finals will be held at the UD Arena in Dayton, March 14th and 15th for the girls, 21st and the 22nd of March for the boys. My thanks to Tim Street. He's the Media Relations Director for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more information on the OHSAA, visit ohsaa.org. I'm Eric Reeser, and this has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON, WILE Cambridge.
It's halftime here at the power plant at Philo. John Glenn enjoying a 41-28 lead over the Philo Electrics in our MVL Big School Division basketball tilt here tonight. First quarter, a close game at the end of one, 17-16 John Glenn. The second quarter, John Glenn came alive offensively. They scored 24 points. They doubled up Philo in that second quarter. Philo only had 12 points. Philo missed a couple of really close shots. I mean, a couple of layups they should have got, just didn't convert on. And then John Glenn started making threes. They hit 3 threes in that second quarter. One from Briggs, one from Dolan, and one from Bates. And then Braden Davis, he came alive as he has 11 points, all scored in the second quarter for John Glenn. Running down some of the scoring here, Briggs, he's got 5 points for John Glenn. Dolan's got 3. Robinson's got 5. Nikolazakis has 2. Davis has 11, as I just mentioned. And Steele Bates has 13 for John Glenn. On the other side, the mystery player has been identified. Logan Lyon, who, according to every roster that Mike Snively and I have in our possession, he's number
4.
He's number 4, but tonight he's number 14, and that's a good number. That was Pete Rose's number. I always had to be 14, so
that's
good
right.
for Logan Lyon. So Logan Lyon, he's got 10 points here at halftime.
And his father's the public address announcer.
No, Mom is the scorekeeper.
I'm sorry, Mom is the scorekeeper.
Mom is the scorekeeper.
Well, I screwed that one up.
Cooper Radcliffe has got 7 points. Rusty Trout has got 4. Mason Runkle has a couple. And Carter Crabtree has 5 points to round out the Philo scoring. And Philo is they've done a pretty good job against the John Glenn press. But they're going to have to convert at the end of that press, and that's where they've been having some problems.
They have been having problems. They turned it over 10 times against this John Glenn press. John Glenn's only turned it over 3 times, and we were talking during halftime. They've done a pretty good job taking care of the ball. So another pretty good floor game here by John Glenn with only 3 turnovers. Philo shot 10 of 22 from the field. John Glenn was 15 of 30 from the field, 50%. Rebounding, Philo out-rebounded John Glenn 15 to 12, and Philo had 4 offensive rebounds. John Glenn had 3 from the free throw line. Philo was 3 for 5, and John Glenn was 6 for 8. But I got to give some credit to Philo. You know, they're coming in here shorthanded a couple players.
Yes,
and they have really
played well.
Stepped up to the plate. You know, they're not having the greatest season. Just 3 wins on the season this year, and they're on I think a 4-game losing streak, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And John Glenn coming in here red hot. Philo holding her own here at the power plant tonight.
Well, our Bradley lending team with First Ohio Home Finance, they are our scoreboard update sponsors, and I got a couple of those. Big game in the MVL Small School Division. Coshocton leads Maysville 33-32 in the second quarter.
That's a huge game. I'd love to watch that game tonight. Colton Conkle and that powerful Maysville team. So I just think that'd be a fantastic game to watch. And is that at Coshocton?
That's at Coshocton tonight, yes.
Okay, so that's going to be I can't wait to hear the final of that one.
Malvern also, they lead Newcomerstown 73-46. That's in the fourth quarter. Ridgewood ahead of Tusky Valley 18-16, that in the second quarter. And those are a couple score updates from our Bradley lending team with First Ohio Home Finance. Mike, we got to pick out a Lock 9 Pizza player of the game. Hopefully it's as easy as it was picking out that fine Wangus burger that we had for supper tonight.
Really good.
That was good stuff.
Philo girls coach Dan Hilty in there as well. Good luck. He takes on John Glenn tomorrow here at the power plant.
John Glenn with the first possession of the second half. Briggs has got it. He gets it to Braden Davis, and Braden Davis takes it strong to the rack and lays it in. He's got 13 now, and he has extended the John Glenn lead to 15 points. It's 43-28.
Davis looks like he's like 3 inches away from just hammering that ball down with a dunk.
I'm sure he would love to be able to do that too. Philo with the basketball. Trout tried to baseline dribble, and he turns it over. Bates has got it, and they've got an advantage because Trout hurt himself. Bates goes all the way to the rim, lays it up, and he is fouled, and I think that's going to be on Runkle.
Yeah, Trout back here anguishing in pain. And I think, is it a finger, you think, Dave? Do you think he jammed a finger?
It's his hand, yeah. And that foul is going to go on Cooper Radcliffe, his third foul. Trout is going to check out of the game.
And I think it's his right thumb.
I know. Griffin Harper is going to come in. Radcliffe is going to stay in the game with 3 fouls. Bates goes to the line to shoot a pair. And that first free throw off the mark. I'm glad you didn't say that Steele Bates was a really good free throw shooter before he missed that one.
I was getting very close. I was looking his stats up.
Second free throw, nothing but net for Steele on the second one. He's got 14 points. It's 44-28. Lead now 16 for John Glenn.
I've been the Jinx King all season.
You're good at that. Mail in the backcourt, and that's going to be a turnover. Nick Lazakis read that the whole way. He gets in the passing lane, and he gets an easy layup. He's got 4 points now for John Glenn.
Read it like a book.
Nice job that time by Philo breaking the pressure, and they just going to toss it out of bounds once they get it into the front court.
So that's Philo's first 3 possessions, 3 turnovers. They do get in funks like this, and they have to figure this out right now.
And that's where I'm sure Coach Trout, they wanted to do something a little bit different. I'm sure he wasn't counting on turnovers the first 3 times they touched it. And they're going to throw it length of the court. There's Davis underneath the bucket where he usually is, and he's going to lay it up and in. And he's got 15 points.
John Glenn comes out and hits 3 straight baskets.
Nice job against the press again, but they can't convert at the bucket. Here comes John Glenn on the run. Briggs swings it to Dolan. Dolan finds Nikolazakis in the corner. 3-pointer, no good. Braden Davis tips it back to Nikolazakis, though. Offensive rebound. Nikolazakis crossover dribble, reverse layup, no good. Davis almost had the rebound, but it's off to Philo. And it's going to be thrown away by Logan Lyon. Briggs has it. Kicks it to Dolan in the corner. 3-ball. Bang!
Coach Trout's going to need a timeout.
C.J. Dolan hits his second 3-pointer of the game. That's a full timeout. We'll take a break, too. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
Looking for trusted dental care for the whole family? Dr. Darcy Wakefield and the team at Wakefield Dental have you covered. From pediatric to general and orthodontic care, they offer a full range of services. At Wakefield Dental, they focus on individualized treatment plans that not only create beautiful smiles, but build lasting confidence. Schedule your consultation today. Call 740-435-3100 or go to drwakefieldDDS.com.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON, WILE Cambridge.
Third quarter action continues here at Philo. Philo inbounding the ball against the pressure from John Glenn, almost another turnover. They're up to 14 for the game right now. John Glenn has broken this game wide open here with a 10-0 run out of the locker room here in the second half. And there's a back tip that Will Nikolazakis is asking Braden Davis, why didn't you get the ball? I tipped it right to you.
I don't think Braden had a good angle with his eyes to see. Yeah. He thought the Philo dribbler dribbled off his own feet.
Well, 10-0 run has made it 51-28 here in the third quarter. Inbounds pass to Runkle. Nice little jump hook in the lane, and he gets his 4th point of the game. And he makes it 51-30. John Glenn with the lead.
Runkle gets it that low, he's going to score.
If he just turns his shoulders, Braden Davis going to try a 3, and I don't think that's one that Coach Scheck's probably very happy about. He would rather Braden get down there by the rim. And there's another back tip, but they tip it right to Runkle. Runkle going to score again, 2 in a row for him. He's got 6 now. 51-32, John Glenn. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Briggs now going to run offense. Gets to the lane, and he's tied up, but they're going to call a foul instead. And that's not really his strength.
No, he needs to let his teammates penetrate, and he just stand out there anywhere from 20 feet and in.
That's not really his strength, that penetrating. If he gets out there behind the line and waits for the ball on a kick out, that's where he can be really effective. Dolan now with the basketball for John Glenn between the legs, gets it back to Briggs. Briggs now to Braden Davis at the top of the circle. Dolan thinking about a 3, but now he's going to penetrate. Kicks it to Briggs. Briggs now to Nikolazakis. Nikolazakis stopped at the free throw line, looking for somebody to get it to, and he finally finds Dolan. Here comes that screen from Davis.
John Glenn being very patient here, and they're in no hurry.
4:46 to play. Dolan, they're in no hurry, but he shoots a 3. Now he hands it back to Briggs on the offensive rebound, and there's where Cooper Briggs can hurt you. Feet set, at least a step behind the 3-point line, and he nails it.
When you miss deep 3s, though, Dave, that gives your offense a great opportunity to rebound.
Yes, it does, and he's standing on the line there as he attempted that shot. That was Griffin Harper. That would have been a 2, but he couldn't get it to go. Rebound off of Philo. And now C.J. Dolan inbounds it to Will Nikolazakis for John Glenn. 4:20 to play in the third quarter. It's 54-32.
Just wonder how John Glenn feels playing back-to-back nights of how their legs are right now.
Well, most of the players that play significant minutes did not play in the fourth quarter last night, so.
And there were parts that were a running clock last night,
yes,
too.
so it wasn't quite like you would expect. Briggs penetrates, kicks it back to Nikolazakis. His three-pointer no good, and Philo with a rebound. And there's a turnover. Nice trap in the backcourt. They did it off of the miss. They had Sprankle trapped, stole it from him, and Sprankle fouled just a little bit out of frustration there. The turnover, that usually can lead to a personal foul right away. You're trying to make up for it just a little too hard.
Nobody gets fouled harder in the NBL going for a layup than Will Nikolazakis. He's hit every padding wall in the NBL this year.
And the first free throw for Will is up and good. Robinson checks back into the game for John Glenn for Briggs. Nikolazakis, few dribbles, eyes it, and it rolls in and out, and there's an offensive rebound by C.J. Dolan on the free throw. And they kick it down low to Braden Davis, and he missed it. Nice pressure there from Runkle. He distracted him, made him miss the little easy one. And they try to get it to Runkle, but it's a turnover. Bates has got it on the run for John Glenn. Into the front court. Dumps it down to Braden Davis, and he's fouled on the pass. And that's a good call. That was on Sprankle. Sprankle put both hands on him. And if you put your hands on the dribbler and redirect him, that's going to be an automatic call at every level of basketball.
Every time, Dave. Every time. Sometimes they let you get away with one.
They'll let you do one, but if you put both hands on and redirect the dribbler, and just after I said Braden Davis really didn't need to be shooting a three-pointer, he nails one from the corner, so good for Braden, and he is up to 18 points now.
That was Davis's fourth three on the year.
Philo, nice job against the pressure. Nice stop and pop from Griffin Harper in the lane. His first bucket of the game, and it's 58-34, 3 minutes to go in the third. High screen from Davis for Bates. We see that quite a bit, and Bates finds Cole Robinson underneath, but he misses the shot. Davis, though, scraps for the rebound, kicks it back to Bates. Bates going to try a three. Got it. Steal Bates. He's got 17, 61-34.
4-3.
Trout with the basketball, gets it to Crabtree. Crabtree tried to get it to Runkle, and it's going to stay with Philo. Trout had his hand taped, and he just took all of it off. So it might have been his thumb, the way it looked like it was wrapped, but he just took all the tape off.
He did. He needed that tape for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think he decided he didn't like it, how it was affecting his play. He's still shaking his right hand a little bit.
I don't know how you shoot with tape on your shooting hand. It would be hard. And
Briggs.
And if your thumb's hurt on your shooting hand, it's going to affect you anyway.
Briggs checks back into the game for Bates. Glob harassing in the corner. And then Rusty Trout with the basketball for Philo.
Trout's got some handles.
And he pulls up from three and doesn't get it to go, but it's that long rebound, and there's a scramble on the floor. And there's Glob getting on the floor as well as Sprankle. And I think, unless there was another jump ball, I thought that should have been John Glenn possession, because Philo got it at the start of the half and immediately
John
turned it
Glenn
over.
got it at the start of the half. Because remember, John Glenn got the 2-for-1.
You're right. That might have been the second quarter I was thinking about. Anyway, Rusty Trout with the ball. Layup no good, but tipped in by Logan Lyon. And he's got 12 points for Philo. They throw it ahead to Cole Robinson. Back to Briggs. Briggs going to try a three. No good. Rebound, though. Lucas Blair had his hands on it, but it goes off to Lyon instead. And that's going to be a foul, I believe. I thought it was going to be on Cole Robinson, but he's acting like it's on Philo.
Well, they called it on Rusty.
They called it on Rusty Trout, but they're giving Philo the basketball.
We got some confusion here.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I think. Here we go. Here comes the correction. This should be on Cole Robinson. Let's see.
I mean, he reported the foul in.
And Cole Robinson said that was all me.
Yeah, Cole, he just put his hand up. Man, that was me.
Whoa.
Steel Bates is not in the game.
Bates. No, wait.
Steel Bates is not in the game. It can't be on Steel Bates.
This is great. There we go.
Scoring shenanigans here. And that's Cole Robinson's first foul. 61-36. We've got a minute 45 to play in the third quarter. I said shenanigans in a broadcast. I'm proud of myself, Mike.
Well, you've been known to do some shenanigans. I know that.
Griffin Harper with the basketball for the Electrics. Gets it back to Sprankle. Three-pointer on the way from the wing. Rattles in and out. Boy, that looked good all the way. Harper, nice rotation on it, but the rebound off to Lucas Blair for John Glenn. Briggs, pressured, throws it into Blair. He gives a nice bounce pass, and then it's back out to Glob. Glob going to try a three. It's no good, and that's going to be on the back. That's going to be on Robinson. Let's see if they get that reported in correctly this time, and they do.
That's going to send 4 Muskies to check in at the scorer's table.
With a minute 12 to go here in the third quarter.
And that's what they do. John Glenn just wears you down. They just keep bringing bodies at you.
They do at that.
Remind me of those Highland teams, which Highland does it every year. And it seems like every 3 minutes they got a whole new 5 guys coming in.
Philo breaks the press. Got it in the corner. 3-ball on the way. No good. Rebound off to C.J. Dolan. Briggs has it in the front court now. Over to C.J. Nicholas Akas fires a pass to Briggs underneath, and he's going to kick it back to Dolan. Dolan back to Briggs at the top of the circle. Now he finds Nicholas Akas for a nice little reverse layup. And Nicholas Akas.
That was just good offense.
That was just good offense. 7 points. Trout now going to try to break the pressure, and he gets all the way to the rim, lays it up, and he is fouled. And that's going to be on Cooper Briggs, his third of the game.
One thing I noticed on that last possession by John Glenn was the spacing. Their spacing was great. They knew when to penetrate. They knew if they were in trouble when they penetrated, somebody was going to be wide open, and it just led to a layup.
Rusty Trout goes to the free throw line to shoot a couple. And obviously the thumb feels pretty good as he made the first one. He's got 5 points now.
Trout's at 80% on the year from the line. Just what you'd expect from the coach's son.
Few dribbles and nothing but net on the second one. Couple of good-looking free throws from Rusty Trout. And it's 63-38 John Glenn. Nicholas Akas into the front court. Back to Dolan. Dolan thought about the three, but he penetrates instead. Lost control of it, tried to get it back to Bates.
They didn't call backcourt there.
I think it was tipped.
Okay.
So Bates now being harassed by Sprankle. 12 seconds to play in this quarter.
No quit in this Philo team. They're still up.
8 seconds. Bates says, get away, Braden. I'm going to take it myself. Stops, pops from the three-point line. No good. Rebound off, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. John Glenn leads this game 63-38 over Philo at the end of 3. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON, WILE Cambridge.
Fourth quarter action ready to get underway here at the power plant. We just saw somebody make a half-court shot. Was it for $100?
I'm not sure what the
I think it was $100, but
did they count it?
They counted it, but he definitely stepped over the line.
Half his foot was over the line.
Easily.
You've got to,
easily.
but still, you've got to give that a yes for half court.
I don't know. If I was giving the $100 away, I'd say I would have been waving it off. No way.
He didn't hit anything, though, but the bottom of the net.
Oh, I know. He hit it from deep. John Glenn with the first possession of the fourth quarter. Dolan with the basketball. Briggs. And I expect John Glenn to be very patient with the ball. Nice job there. And there's a nice slip to the basket by Braden Davis. And Steele Bates found him. And that is a tough play to defend when you've got a nice ball handler and somebody that's smart. Knows how to read the defense like Davis just did. Philo now with the basketball. Bounce pass almost lost, but Rusty Trout's got it. He backs up. He's going to initiate the offense. He stops behind the back. Gets it to our man, Mike Snively, Cole Cash. Not Cole's Cash, but Cole Cash.
First thing I thought about. Cole Cash. I'm heading up to Cole's, spend some money.
Well, let's be honest. We both talked about our wives knowing about Cole's Cash because you asked me, what does that name ring a bell for you? And I didn't get it till I said it.
Cole's Cash. Heard a lot about Cole's Cash back in the day.
We are mentioning that for both of our wives this evening because his name is Cole Cash, but it's Cole's Cash. And there's a three-pointer for Philo, and it's now 65-41.
24-point lead, and let's see how things go from this point on with the organization, I should say.
Boy, Nick Lazakis with a nice penetration, and he finds Dolan under the bucket. Nice assist from Will Nick Lazakis. And Philo now brings it up against pressure, and there's a foul from Briggs. He knew it. He didn't get there quite soon enough, and that's going to be the fourth foul on Cooper Briggs.
Kind of looked like an offensive player and a defensive player going forward in a football game across the middle, and it was a bang-bang play. Would have been a great play if he was a defensive back.
Noah Deaver checking in for John Glenn. He'll replace Briggs. 6:10 to go in the basketball game. 67-41, John Glenn. Inbounded to Trout. Weaves his way to the rim, up, no good. Rebound to Runkle. Runkle fouled as he tries to muscle it up. And I think that's going to be on Deaver.
They got Braden Davis on the foul.
Davis instead. That's his first foul of the game. 20 points. He had none in the first quarter, Mike.
No points in the first quarter, is that right?
That's right. Runkle, though, nails that first free throw. And here comes the second one. Eyes the rim, lets it fly, and that's off the back iron, no good, but rebound corralled by Philo. Trout going to try a three, and he rattles it in. 4-point possession there for the Electrics. 67-45 John Glenn. Just under 6 minutes to go in the basketball game. Dolan thought about the three, but penetrates. Left-handed layup, no good. There's Braden Davis with the rebound. He gets to Deaver. Deaver gets it to Bates. Bates weaves his way through traffic, muscles it up. And I did say muscles it up from Steele Bates. And he lays it in. Trout weaving through the defensive pressure, and he's going to dump it down low. And there's a layup. Nice play by Philo. And there's our man Cole Cash with the easy bunny. 69-47. 5:13 to go in the game. Nick Lazakis gets it back from Davis. And there's a deep three from Dolan, no good. Rebound off to Runkle. He's going to throw the baseball pass, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. Had his man down there, but just a little bit too long.
I think this is a big stat, Dave. That's Philo's 17th turnover. John Glenn, 3 turnovers, none in the second half.
That's taking care of the basketball. They've done a really nice, efficient job with their offense here. Bates to Davis. Nice little get action they run for Bates, and Braden says, give me another 3, and he hits it. Braden Davis, he is on a mission tonight after that first quarter.
Probably, is that 23?
That's 23 for him.
Career high, possibly?
And there's a 3-pointer back at you on the other end from Philo. And that makes it 72-50 here with 4 minutes left, 4:20 to go in the game. Bates now. Again, John Glenn not really in a hurry, and he put both hands on him.
Easy call, yes.
Can't do that.
Yeah, one hand, like you get away with it every once in a while. The 2 automatic.
Phillip guarding C.J. Dolan there in the front court. Nick Lazakis going to try his hand at a 3-pointer, and he gets it to go. His first 3 of the game, and the lead's back up to 25 now, under 4 minutes in the game.
John Glenn could have back-to-back nights in the 80s.
And there's a turnover as Devo, turnover right there. Trout gets all the way to the rim and lays it up. Misses it, but the offensive rebound by Phillip, and he puts it up and in, and it's 75-52. Phillip has 8 points, all of those here in the fourth quarter. Nick Lazakis directing traffic for his team. Most teams, the way they try to guard Steele Bates is they try to put their hand on him as he's going around a screen, grab onto him, physically alter his path, but he has done a good job of just doing what he does. And there's a nice pass by Deaver to C.J. Dolan, and Dolan lays it in and gets fouled.
I believe John Glenn scored 82 last night, is that correct, Dave?
83.
83. Okay, they have 77 now. Rarely, I mean, in the NBL, do you see a lot of games in the 80s?
Yep. Briggs is going to come back in. Bates checks out. Bates with 19.
Dolan shooting about 80% from the line this year.
That's pretty good.
And once again, Di jinxed him.
Good job, Mike.
Got his own rebound, though.
John Glenn maintains possession. Braden Davis with the basketball. Out to Briggs. Deaver says, I'll take 3, but he is blocked, and here comes Philo in a hurry. Rusty Trout going to go all the way to the rim, lays it up short on it. Rebound off to Braden Davis. Trout knocks it away, but Deaver gets possession for John Glenn. Glob, he's going to penetrate, dumps it down low to Davis, who kicks it back out to Deaver. 3-ball, no good. Rebound off to Glob. Glob gets it out to Dolan. Dolan shot fakes, said, I better not shoot that one. Dumps it off to Deaver. Deaver going to get his first bucket of the game. Nice unselfish play there by John Glenn. As Noah Deaver gets on the board, it's 79-52. There's a steal. Dolan going to go and lay it up and in. There's another turnover and a layup. Gives John Glenn 81 points, Mike.
Now we're thinking 90. I don't know.
81-52. And again, we appreciate our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Valentine Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Allen Hunter State Farm, Wakefield Dental, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, WB Green Insurance, Doan Ford People's Bank, Surgic Construction, all sponsors of tonight's games, along with Lock 9 Pizza, the sponsor of our player of the game. And can we just say one more time how good our supper was tonight, Mike? It was really good at Lock 9 Pizza tonight.
You want pizza, you want burgers, you want wings. You can't go wrong.
You go to Lock 9.
And good service.
Great clips of Zanesville also, the sponsor of our great play of the game. And then Bradley Lending with First Ohio Home Finance, our scoreboard updates tonight. We've got 2:11 here as a scoreboard update to go in this game. And it's 81-52, John Glenn. Also, Coshocton at halftime leading Maysville 33-32. Big game in the small school. Philo with the offensive possession here. Genzer trying to guard Phillip. Phillip got to the rim, missed the shot, and the rebound is going to go off of Philo, and John Glenn will have possession with just under 2 minutes to go in the game. Ridgewood and Tusky Valley tied at 47 all. Granville leads Zanesville 26-19 at half. Deaver trapped along the sideline. They beat the pressure, and Genzer throws it off of a Philo Electric underneath the bucket. And Glob will check out. Lucas Blair in for John Glenn. 1:38 to go. It's 81-52. Inbound under the basket. A little bit delayed reaction there from the John Glenn players, but Deaver has it in the corner. Now gets it to Stom out top. Deaver has it back to Stom. Stom thought about the shot, and he's going to get fouled. That's only going to be the third foul on the Electrics in the quarter. And I think that was on Trout. It was his third foul. Another baseline out of bounds, and they try to throw it right in to Genzer, but it's knocked away. There's a turnover for John Glenn.
First one of the half.
Nice play there. Rusty Trout finds Crabtree behind the defense, and he lays it in. That's 7 now for Crabtree. 81-54, almost down to a minute left in this basketball game. And Cole Cash, he put both hands on the dribbler. 23 against 23 there. That's an interesting matchup. And that's going to be the fourth foul on Philo of the quarter.
You said that about the 23s, and I'm doing math in my head, and I don't know why.
Stom, nice pump fake inside, and he gets it to go. Ben's first basket of the game. It's 83-54. John Glenn, 83 points last night. They've got 83, maybe a chance to add to that here late in this one. Phillip hands it off to Crabtree. Crabtree now to Trout. Trout, quick move, but stopped on the dribble, gets it back to Phillip. Phillip going to try a three, no good. Trout got away with a push and got the offensive rebound, and he's going to be fouled either by, they're going to call that on Blair, I believe.
Yes, they called that on Blair.
Lucas's first foul of the game, team's third, 32 seconds to go. It's 83-54, John Glenn. Trout with the inbound, hands it to Phillip. Phillip gets it to Crabtree. Back to Trout on the left wing. Backs it off towards half court and tries a deep three, and he gets it from in front of the bench.
He hit that one from Duncan Falls.
He hit that one from the other side of the river. 83-57. 7 seconds left. Stom thought about it, but said, no, I'm not going to shoot it out here. And that was Zeminski that had it in the corner, sorry.
Back-to-back 83-point games.
Clock will run out on this one. John Glenn victorious, 83-57 over Philo. When we come back for the post game, we'll recap all of the scoring, go over some stats. Coach Sheck will come up and talk with us. We've got all that looking ahead here when we come back after these messages. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Protect what matters most with Valentine Insurance right here in Cambridge. Whether it's your home, car, or business, our team is dedicated to finding the perfect coverage to fit your needs. We understand the importance of peace of mind, and we're here to make sure you're prepared for life's unexpected moments. With local expertise and personalized service, you can trust Valentine Insurance to keep you covered. Stop by or give us a call today at 260-6699. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
In today's marketplace, you have many choices for insurance. WB Green Insurance, a representative of Westfield Insurance, is committed to providing you with excellent coverage for your home and auto at a fair and competitive price. Westfield has been in the neighborhood for over 150 years, providing peace of mind and quality insurance products through independent insurance professionals. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield's pledge to their customers. Call WB Green Insurance today.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON, WILE Cambridge.
Post-game here at Philo, the power plant, as John Glenn has traveled down the Muskingum River. They taken back with them to New Concord, an 83-57 win here in the Muskingum Valley School Big School Division Basketball League. John Glenn, very efficient offensively tonight. 2 nights in a row, they put 83 points on the board. 17-16 after one. Philo doing a nice job hanging in early, but John Glenn started getting the turnovers, extended that lead to 41-28 at halftime, and extended the lead further at the end of the third quarter. It was 63-38. And then our final score, as John Glenn outscores Philo 20-19 in the last quarter, is 83-57. Certainly, I thought Philo did a pretty nice job doing what they needed to do to try to get into the basketball game, Mike, but they had some opportunities, but they just could not create or could not cash in on those opportunities they had when they got close to the rim.
No, I like the effort that Philo gave tonight. Outstanding effort. From whistle to whistle, they played hard, and you're exactly right. They didn't turn over. They averaged 18 a game, and that's exactly what they did. They handled the pressure for the most part pretty well, but tonight for Philo, it just came in the form of just could not put it in the basket when they needed to put it in the basket. But kudos to Coach Trout and his Philo basketball team, because the effort was there, the energy was there, but this John Glenn team right now is becoming a buzzsaw.
Well, John Glenn, they do what they do. They turn you over and they create offense from those turnovers. And then offensively, when they're just in the half court, they were very efficient. They spread the floor well. Players are looking for each other. They're trying to get each other easy scores. And just a very hard team to handle right now in terms of their defensive pressure and then what they do offensively.
Well, not only that, Dave, they turn you over a lot, like 18 times for Philo tonight, but they don't turn it. John Glenn just doesn't turn it over. Only 4 turnovers tonight.
Yeah. Mike, if you want to go through your stats, I'm going to hand this stuff to Coach Trout while he's standing right here.
No problem. First of all, we'll go with Philo. Philo shot the ball 21 of 45 for 47%. John Glenn was 32 of 63, so John Glenn got up 18 more shots. 32 of 63, very efficient, 51% on the night. Philo rebounding had 30 rebounds, 11 of them being offensive, and Logan Lyon had 8 of those rebounds. John Glenn had 26 rebounds, 11 total offensive rebounds. So Philo did out-rebound John Glenn 8 rebounds for Braden Davis. As we said earlier, Philo turned it up ball over 18 times, and John Glenn just 4 times, just 1 time in the second half, no times in the third quarter. At the line, Philo was 6 of 9 for 67%, and John Glenn was 8 of 13 for 62%.
Mike, here comes Coach Sheck, so if you want to give him your headset here,
Sure.
we will talk to Coach Sheck. Second night in a row. Well, 2 nights in a row, Coach Sheck, we get to talk to each other, and it's about your team and another victory. 2 nights in a row, ironically, that you put 83 points on the board.
I didn't even think about that.
Well, Mike and I, we got to talking to that at the end. They might have a chance to get more, but offensively, again, what you did, again, you create turnovers, you score on those turnovers, and we thought tonight when you were running half-court offense, kids were very unselfish. You had some good spacing, and, you found open people.
Yeah, we really stress with our kids about movement, and we do have some skilled players, but if we stand, we're easy to guard. I thought we did a nice job in the half court of, just kind of running some curls and some other movements that we have and finding some open guys. But again, I look at this game right now, and I'm a little frustrated with our guys with giving up 57, but it's a back-to-back. It's one of those, road games in the league. It's never easy place to play. But, I'm proud that we were able to come out of here with a win.
I'm just really, 2 nights in a row, it's tough, and you get these weather things, and we talked about this last night. Your kids want to be in a schedule, and playing a Thursday night is just a bizarre, it's a strange set of circumstances for you, that's for sure.
And coaches understand that. Kids don't necessarily understand that, but we were off a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't have the flow that we typically would have. And fortunately for us, we were able to make some shots and find a way to get a win. But, playing a Thursday, Friday, after a snow day on Wednesday, it gets you out of a little bit of a groove that I think that most teams need to be in. But, again, fortunate to come away with a win.
Well, again, anytime you can win, you beat a team twice, it's not an easy thing to do, and especially that second one is on the road. You had to travel here tonight, and like you said, you played last night, so again, really tough circumstances for your team to overcome, but certainly handled it well. Once you got going, like you said, the first quarter, you could tell you guys just weren't clicking on all cylinders, but after that, you got going, you got the turnovers going, you started making some shots. And, you just do what you've been doing all season, and that's been your MO all year.
And I thought it was a testament to Philo. They came out, their crowd was into it. They made a couple nice plays. They got by us a little bit in the press that enabled them to score some baskets right around the rim, which is something we tried to avoid, obviously. But it was one of those environments where we kind of let them gain a little confidence. They saw the ball go in a couple times,
right.
and then we were kind of uncharacteristic down our end. But it was good for our guys to handle that, and I thought we did a nice job out of halftime coming out and just kind of creating a little separation. Again, I think we can play a little bit better, but I thought there in the third quarter, I thought we shared the ball really well, and I thought we were able to get back to a little bit more of what we want to do.
Well, that 10-0 run right out of the locker room to start the third quarter, that's, that first 4 minutes of the second half is just a huge part of the game.
Right.
And you come out of the locker room, it's 10-0, and then all of a sudden it's just out of reach. You created that space that you needed. And, from there it was pretty much just coasting on in. So I do, like you mentioned, though, Coach Trout and their crowd and their kids, you got to give Coach Trout, especially since it's 2 Muskingum basketball alums coaching tonight. I got to give both of you guys some props. Of course, I think you do a really great job with your team, and Jason did a really good job getting his team ready to play.
Yeah, they were physical. They were much better tonight than they were the first time. I can tell you that much.
Short-handed tonight. He's dealing with a couple injuries, so he's had to kind of mix and match some things and try to get a lineup out there that he thought could be competitive, and they did a great job at that. But, they've got to be able – they've got to cash in on those opportunities they get at the back end of your press, and they just didn't do it a couple times.
Yeah, they did it a couple times, but yeah, you're right. A couple times they weren't able to do that. But yeah, that was a much better team than we played the first time. I thought they were a much more physical team.
Yes.
And I thought that rattled us a little bit early. But yeah, kudos to those guys. They played much better. I think they're going to be okay. Assuming they play like that, I think they're going to win some games here throughout the rest of the season. So they did a nice job for sure.
Well, next up for you, New Philly, and I believe you got to travel to New Philly.
Yep.
So that's going to be an interesting one for you here coming up on Tuesday.
Yep, New Philly, it's a unique gym. It's a little bit of a drive for us. They're Division III, I guess now.
Yes.
And they've won. They win a lot of games, so it'll be one of those kind of challenges. We got a big week next week. We actually not only do we travel to Philly, then we got New Lex coming to us, which is a very, very good basketball team with some really good guards. Then on Saturday we got to go at Marietta, another Division III team that's off to a 9-2, 10-2 start or whatever they are. So it's a big week for us, and again, each night, we're just trying to get a little bit better and trying to, you always want to play better as you end the season, but it'll be a big week for us for sure.
Well, we were talking before the game. You were asking, we were having a discussion about that big game over in the small school. Our coaching staff is there tonight, and Maysville pulling away here, it seems, late in the game. Nice. So I haven't seen the final.
Listen, those are two really good teams, man.
Yep.
I can tell you that, having had to play them game 2 and game 3 both at their place. So both those teams are going to win a lot of games.
We have a Lock 9 Pizza player of the game again tonight, and I can't give it to Braden 2 nights in a row. I mean, he was the pizza player of the game last night, but he had a great game for you tonight. He had 23 points tonight. I don't know if that's a career high or not, but I mean,
I'd have to check. I'm not sure.
That was a good night for that young man. That was last night, but 23 tonight. Bates had 19. He's been the player of the game before, so we went with C.J. Dolan.
Right. I mean, you could give it on almost any given night to about 4, 5, 6
there's
of our guys.
Anybody we could pick, and C.J. we thought would be a good choice for tonight. Mike and I, we tested it before the game. Lock 9, still pretty good food, so pass that along to CJ and our congratulations, and congratulations to you again. Thanks for coming up and talking to us.
Thanks, guys.
Eric Scheck, head coach of the John Glenn Little Muskies. He's up here post-game with us. And Mike, I know you went through the, did you go through the scoring?
I did not get through the scoring. You want to hit that?
I'll do that. Cooper Briggs with 8 for John Glenn. These are all John Glenn scores. C.J. Dolan, 12. Cole Robinson had 5, Andrew Glob 2, Ben Stom 2, and Will Nicolazakis 10. Noah Deaver 2, Braden Davis 23, Steele Bates 19. That's 83 total for John Glenn. For Philo, Logan Lyon with 12, Cooper Radcliffe with 7, Griffin Harper with 2, Cole Cash with 2, Rusty Trout with 12, Mason Runkle with 7, Carter Crabtree with 7, and KJ Phillip, he had 8. That is a total of 57. As I was just talking with Coach Scheck there, C.J. Dolan is our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game for John Glenn. Our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game for Philo, we decided was Logan Lyon. Yes. After we figured out who he was.
Yeah, had the different number on. We were number 14 tonight. He also had 8 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, so a nice night for him. And then our great clips, great play of the game. We had a little discussion. We're trying to think of it, but Rusty Trout hit a 3 late in the game from the P logo out here.
With a hurt thumb.
I mean, that was a deep, deep 3. So we gave him the great clips, great play of the game. I gave that to his dad, the head coach, Jason Trout, and I said, well, I don't think Rusty really needs a haircut. And he goes, but he's a teenager. He needs one all the time.
And that's the truth. That's old school parenting right
That's
there.
old school parenting.
I like it.
So he will definitely put that to use, I am sure. So we're glad they were able to do that. And we're certainly glad that Mike and I were able to be down here. I think we're getting together next Friday.
Next Friday, good one.
Yes.
New Lex travels to John Glenn.
New Lex at John Glenn. We'll be there Friday night for that one. I'm pretty sure that's a video game as well.
And I also want to thank our producer, Dalton Gambita, tonight.
Yes.
And I want to thank our camera woman tonight. I want to thank Olivia Brittenberg, a Philo Mideast student,
yes.
who is one of our former counterparts, Cam Summer student at Mideast in Zanesville. So thank you, obviously, to Dalton Gambita and Olivia Brittenberg.
Dalton, a Muskingum student, so we got to give him a little shout out for that.
And a Meadowbrook kid, former Meadowbrook kid.
A former Meadowbrook guy, so I know you're partial to those Meadowbrook guys. You're a big teacher over there at Meadowbrook
Those are my
High
kids.
School. Well, that's going to wrap things up here. John Glenn now runs their record to 12-1 in the season. They're 8-1 in the MVL Big School Division. They're in first place, and hopefully if they can keep things rolling, they're going to move right along, and tournament time will be upon us very soon. Philo drops their record to 3-8, 2-6 in the MVL Big School Division. Thanks again to everyone for listening on the radio, NASH ICON 98.5 and 107.9, and also tuning in on the live stream, YRP TV YouTube. I'm Dave Hilliard for Mike Snively. Thanks for watching high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
You've been listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH ICON. High school basketball is a presentation of AVC Sports.